Hey, all right. We on part two now. Part two of Vegas Airbnb. Yeah. So to go back, so I go downstairs. It's like 9. I keep in mind that like there's quiet hours here. Like 11 was quiet hours. So um, I was like, oh, let me get food before that, so nobody has any issues and stuff like that. So I go downstairs. Um, so I go downstairs and start washing like some arugula and spring mix or whatever. So I start washing salad and to make like some kind of salad. Um, so she comes out. I see her because like it's behind me, so like I hear it, and like I'm not trying to be too loud and stuff. So I see her and she just walks to she I see her, and then like out of my peripheral, and then like I see her over here to the refrigerator, and she grabs a Gatorade, heads back to her room kind of quick, like in a hurry. Like it wasn't like a slow pace or nothing. Like so it was kind of quick and a little bit weird, but and keep in mind, like I was like, okay, so that's who I think that's her. I'm not gonna say names, so I think I think that's the girl that I talked to and the host, um, the one that was messaging me all that weird stuff about conspiracies. So she goes in the room, comes back out. I think she might have went in the room, closed the door. Maybe like 30 seconds later, she comes out. She comes out. She's, hey, can you open this? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, I can do that. So I open it for her, and I give it to her, and uh, yeah, I'm just it was weird because like who can't open a Gatorade, but just also like I'm kind of just paying attention to everything, like what she's doing or if something else is going on. Just a little bit paranoid. Just comes with the territory, I guess, living in an Airbnb for or whatever around strangers that you don't know. So I give it to her and I say, you're blah blah blah, right? You are blah blah blah, the person that is the host, right? Because when I seen her cleaning, she had like a mask on, um, like a yeah, she had like a mask on, but it could be her, but it doesn't look 100% like her because let's just be honest, some people don't look like their profile pictures. Let's just be honest. Um, Not saying any gender, just saying I wake up like this. Like for the most part, um, I look like this when I wake up. Like I brush my teeth, wash my face, or put lotion on or whatever. My clothes change, but I look the same pretty much. Okay, so even in like my dress, my like professional style pictures or profiles, like that's me, but I just have like a dress shirt on or dress clothes or a suit or something. But it looks like me. So anyway, I was like, so are you blah blah blah? And she was like, she she was like, yeah. And I don't know why it took her so long to answer. Like no lie, like 3 4 seconds. Like I don't know, 5 seconds. It just took her a long. I was like, you are blah blah blah, right? On the app, you're blah blah blah. I just spoke to you. Yeah. And I was maybe she was saying duh, but I'm like, you don't look like that picture. Not really. Um, I'm not gonna make assumptions, and yeah, like you're staying in room 4, not room 0. So I'm like, are you this person that just messaged me all this weird stuff? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. Then she goes in the room. Um, so I was like, okay, maybe I was thinking like, oh, okay, maybe maybe she is talkative on the app or whatever and doesn't want to like talk in person or whatever. It was just real awkward, real strange. But anyways, so I go back to washing or making my salad, and she comes out and she says, "Are you making something to eat? Or and are you getting something to eat?" And I'm like, yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna make like salad or something. Like in my head, I'm like, I'm allowed to do that, right? Like, is it cool? Like with a, so I was like, I'm making salad? Question mark. Is it cool? And then she like just goes back in the room, and I'm making salad, washing salad, getting I don't know ingredients ready or whatever. Like I think I also had like a sweet potato or something, and like maybe some nuts to sprinkle on, and some clementines or something. I don't remember, but so then she comes back out, and she goes in a room and closes it and comes back out again, and she says, "Do you need anything? You need some paper towels?" And I'm like, um, "No, I'm good. There's paper towels right there. Like, yeah, I'm good." Um, so I just I just go back to like what I'm doing, cleaning stuff, and then she goes back in the room. So I got my salad, and I go into the other room, which is the dining room where the table is. It's like a picnic table looking thing, like modern style dining room table, you know. So I'm eating, and so I'm like, not my back, but like, like my side is, so I'm facing a different room and to her and to the kitchen. So, but it's like in the next room. So then I hear her come out, and she like, I think she maybe emptied the trash, because I heard her go out the back door, and it beeps. So yeah, she took out the trash, and then she comes back in, and so I'm trying to eat and go to my room, like quick, like I don't want I don't want no problems. So I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to smash and I'm trying to smash and dash. Like I'm trying to eat my food and go, So I'm trying to hurry up and buy. So so I go. So I eat my food, and like I hear her in there and stuff, right? And whatever. I'm just eat, and I'm gonna wash my dishes, because that's in the rules. Like, wash your stuff and take care of your dishes and everything. I'm gonna do all that stuff, and I'm gonna bang out, like go to my room, and like heads in beds. But so yeah, so then she goes back in the room. I hear her, I'm eating, trying to finish quick, and so then I'm washing my dishes now. So I take my stuff to the kitchen. I'm done eating, I'm washing my dishes, and she comes out again, and I'm like, man, I just want to go. I just want to go to bed. I just want. I just want to go home. I just. I try my best. I try my best. So she comes out, and she says, "Hey, have you seen the sign over there that says blessed?" And I'm like, or she no, she said, "Did you move?" Yeah, she said, "Did you move that sign that says blessed? It was over there, on the like, what is it on? It wasn't like, it was like one of the lounge seats that are like super fancy and curvy. It was on there, and it said blessed. It was like a wooden sign, you know, the Hobby Lobby type of signs that like people put on places like blessed or happiness and stuff like that. Anyways, so she was like, "Did you move that sign that said blessed?" I was like, "No, I didn't touch anything. I haven't seen the sign." So so it kind of caught me off guard because I'm like, she's accusing me of doing something, and then I'm just washing my dishes and trying to get to my room safe and sound. And so I was like, "No, I didn't touch anything." And then on the ground. I look on the ground by that, like the lounge seat, and I see something on the ground. I'm like, "Is that the sign on the floor?" And she's like, "Yeah, it is the sign." And she's like, "Yeah, it is." I was like, "Yeah, I didn't touch it. Um, yeah, I didn't touch it." And like, so she grabs the sign and puts it back on the lounge seat, and yeah, it says blessed. Yeah, so um, it was just like real awkward and strange. Like I was like, yeah, but I didn't move it. I didn't touch it. Um, and she kind of looks at me like suspiciously, and then she's like, um, she was like something about like, um, well, she's like, "You gotta stay blessed" or something. I was like, something real awkward. Like I was like, "Yup," just something that didn't make sense. So I was like, "Uh huh." And so I'm just washing my stuff, trying to get out of this situation. So she goes in the room, comes back out. She says, "Did you move the sign to see what I would do?" I was like, "Whoa." in my head, in my head, in my head, I heard stranger danger. That's what I heard. So, but I was like, "No, I didn't touch the sign. Um, I didn't do it." And like, and then she's like, "Go back to that." So go back prior to that. When I told her about where the sign was, and she was like, "Yeah, that is the sign." And I was like, "Yeah, I didn't touch it." She said, she said, "Are you smoking dope?" She said, "Are you smoking? You been smoking dope?" And I was like, first off, nobody says dope like smoking dope. Okay, this is not. No one says that. Um, she said, "Are you smoking dope?" And I was like, "No, I don't smoke, and I don't drink or nothing." And she was like, she's like, "If you are, I'm gonna kick you out. I'll kick you out." I was like, yeah, I don't. And then she was like, stay blessed. That's what she said. She said, stay blessed. And I was like, yeah, yeah, okay. So I'm busting my tail. I'm busting these dishes, trying to get them out. Then she comes back out and she said, did you move the sign to see that what I would do? I was, and just to go back, I was like, no, I didn't touch the sign. I didn't touch anything. And she's like, cause she said, cause if if you want, no wait, okay. She goes, I tell her, I was like, no, I didn't touch the sign. I didn't touch anything. Okay, I'm just trying to eat. Um, I don't smoke or nothing. I don't drink nothing. So I'm good. I didn't touch anything. So goes back in the room, comes back out again. I'm like, man, my life, my life. But she comes out and she says, "Do you want to find a new place to stay?" Cause we can find a new place for you. I was like, I didn't do anything. Like I just ate. I'm just eating. I just ate. And like I didn't touch a sign. I didn't move a sign. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do nothing. I don't want to move to a different spot. She's like, cause we can find a new place for you. I was like, I don't know what's going on right now. You're accusing me of all this stuff, and then you just was messaging me all this conspiracy stuff through the app. So I was like, yo, I'm I'm out. I'm like, so in my head, I'm just worried. Like I'm like, I'm about to get in trouble, man. Like I'm about to get. She might call the cops, or like she might like I might get kicked out. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. Like do I? She might say I did something. You know, she could say like, oh, like I hit her, or like I stole something. Cops gonna come and like somebody gotta go to jail. It might as well be you, bro. And like I'm I'm thousands of miles away from my parent, my family and stuff, and like I was just it's just running through it in my head, and I'm just like, all right. So she goes in the room. I wipe up everything. I'm good. I go up to my room, and yeah, I couldn't sleep that night. Like I I put something in front of the door. Um, cause I was worried, man. Like I was worried that she was gonna come in and try to do something. Like I didn't think, um, like her mental health was well. It wasn't. She was not well, and like, uh, when you start accusing stuff, being real, like, yeah, you start accusing people of stuff and talking about conspiracies. I hear alarms, so those are red flags to me. But yeah, I come in my room. I try to sleep as best I could. I was just worried about because she got my room combination, so I was just worried about her trying to run up in my spot and like with a knife or something. Like I was worried, and then, uh, she like even though she's like a small girl, like I don't know, I was just worried. I was like, it might come in my room, bruh. Anybody, like, you come in my room, bro. I mean, I put they gonna catch these hands, like. So I put something in front of the door so that I could hear them if anybody came in, um, but I couldn't sleep that night. And then yeah, luckily nothing happened. It was just I couldn't even lay down and fall asleep. I think I started falling asleep in the chair because I was just super paranoid and just worried about what was gonna happen. Like if I, I ain't never been arrested or go to jail or anything, so I was just worried about coming in my room, planting something, saying that I did something, and then I get in trouble. And then yeah, like I was so like paranoid about everything. After that, like I was like, I was like put in like, cause they had the combination to my room. I was reading reviews about them saying that somebody had like paper towels in their cabinet and saying that he did something or whatever. So I was just worried about like what, because they have, you know, access to my cabinets, you know, like where I put my groceries and stuff, and my room access. They can just plant something and be like, hey, he stole this, he goes to jail. Or, oh, he did this, you go to jail. So I was just worried. I would like, I'd leave my room. When I left my room to go like to the gym or the store or something, because I try to stay in my room as much as possible. And then like when I left, I put like, it sounds bad, I put like string on my door and like the door handle and like the hinge, like like dental floss, so that they couldn't see if, like they couldn't see, couldn't really see it that well. And like I put it on there, and like then I check and see if anybody came in my room when I was gone. Just is, I don't know why I did that, but it made me feel better. But just, yeah, it was a tough situation. But you know, eventually, I found out the next day that the real owner of the house came, and like she apologized via like the messenger app and saying all this stuff that she told her to apologize to me, but she wouldn't. And then I guess she was trying to get her own bathroom, and the whole situation was just bad. And like, you know, they would like argue that, so the host and like the co-host would be arguing, or the co-host would, the American girl, like the European American girl, would yell at like the Asian lady that owns the house, and yeah, cussing and stuff at her, saying all this weird stuff, like, yeah, she wasn't well. And then like, um, you know, that lasted a few days. I think she got served papers to move out. The police got brought into it. It was just a tough, not a tough situation. Like after I found out she wasn't like the host and could kick me out and stuff, like, cause it's a little bit weird, like when you know someone's not well and they're like in charge of your well-being kind of thing. It makes it a tough situation. But after I found out the next day that she wasn't, like, I was good. Like they're just arguing and, you know, trying to like, yeah, impose their will or try to get their way or something. So but eventually it worked out. You know, she moved out. The real owner apologized, and you know, gave us like gift baskets for Christmas and everything. And you know, it was just a weird situation. But yeah, that was like my first week or two in Las Vegas. So yeah, it was a bit, it was a bit weird and drama filled. But yeah, I yeah, and also to go on. I mean, I remember one day when I came back from the gym, like she tried to like chat with me or whatever, and it was just real like, kind of like, you know, when people are like fronting for the cameras kind of thing, because other people were watching or whatever and trying to interact and stuff. And then she was like, oh, I was joking. I was like, nah, you wasn't. Like I was like, yeah, one of the other roommates I mentioned, I was like, one of the other, you know, housemates is the one that moved that sign. So then she didn't, you know, apologize for that or whatever. She's like, oh, I was kidding. Usually when you're kidding, you like laugh or you like smile, or if you're like really good at like not giving a tell, you be like, I'm kidding. You know, you say that. You go, hey, I'm kidding. You don't freaking like make me lose sleep. So yeah, it was weird. It was just a super weird situation. But one I won't forget. But yeah, everything since then, like, it's been Gucci. Like it's been good. Like super dope. Like you know, there's a little bit of issues with like roommates that I don't like um to talk to, because they like maybe like to argue, or they like to like talk about politics, or just like update you on like how much they paid for like coffee or like cilantro and stuff, and it just kind of irritates you a little bit. Like you like, bro, I'm just trying to eat, man. Like I just want to be, I just want to, like, can I live? Like, what's up? Like, we're not allowed to take food to our rooms, otherwise I would. So I'm eating in the kitchen, and you know, just let me, my hood's down, you know, for a reason. Like I acknowledge you, I gave you a nod, but like I'm not trying to chat, bro. Like I understand. Maybe you want to be social, like go out, be social, man. Like so there's situations, but then there's cool people you meet like too, like the person that moved in like like after that guy like is real cool, and like you make connections of people that and people are nice and super like helpful, and so and then like it's a great stay. It's just sometimes there's people you don't really like to interact with, and then a little bit of drama at the beginning, but for the most part, like everything was good, like super, it was dope. um, um, yeah, it was good, like um, yeah. The gym, plugging into the gym, like it's been good. Airbnb's been good. Yeah, just being able to cook and be clean and safe and all that stuff. So everything's been good. I'm gonna move out to like I found some roommates via the roommates.com app, and they're real cool. I think we're like all like-minded, and like you know pretty active lifestyles and stuff like that. They're professional, like so. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a good match. Maybe a bit weird because I never like had roommates that were girls. So I've roomed like in college with like my roommates from like the dorms. So like other guys, but I never stayed with two girls. But you know, I mean, I think everything's good. Like everybody's like professional, or like they're real cool. Like they're nice and they're funny and stuff. So I think everything is good. Like, and I'm not the type of guy to be like a creepy dude or whatever. Like, or like, yeah. So I have sisters. I mean, I have a sister and like a mom and a grandma and all that stuff, and like I don't play that. So like, yeah, I think so far, so far so good. I think maybe the only issue is, I guess, finding work. So, I recently had like testing slash interview with like corrections officer trainee kind of thing, which looks promising, but it might take a while. Other places I looked at, like I've applied a whole bunch of spots and nothing, hear nothing back from them. Maybe looking into um, like cooking, like at a restaurant, or I mean, but ultimately I'd like to like get into like working for the UFC, like doing like scouting or talent. Was it not personnel, but like talent relations? So that's what I came for, um, specifically to Vegas. But then um, weather and like stuff like that is why I chose the Southwest, and then just Vegas was because UFC headquarters and stuff like that, and I'd like to get involved with sports and maybe have an opportunity to make it like an international like position where I travel and find fighters, or I help grow the brand internationally and stuff like that. So yeah, everything's good so far. I look forward to like I look forward to the future. So yeah, yo.